Hey Sri Lanka, this is Yasmin Yusuf for Decibel.ok, and I'm with the very cool Uditha, who happens to be the owner of Soul Ink, which is a really cool tattoo parlor in Sri Lanka. And Uditha,
Yes.
so you're a tattoo man.
Yep.
How would you describe yourself as a tattoo artist?
I started like 4 years back, so I'm still learning a lot. So I am into like black and gray realism, and
Black and blue realism.
black and gray.
Black and gray, sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yes, and dot works, line works, and a lot of other black work and stuff.
Are you like self-taught?
Actually, I did my apprentice with Bangalore when I was studying, for my degree, and I did work in a studio in Sri Lanka too. So yeah, most of it, I was self-taught, still I'm learning.
Nice. So
Yeah.
you've been doing this for how long?
About 4 years professionally. Like when I started studio, like it's about like 1 year back.
Okay.
So yeah, 1.5 years, something like that. Yeah.
Right. So how would you describe the tattoo history of Sri Lanka?
History. Actually, history, it's like, for the records, like goes back for like, I guess 1950s or something like that.
Whoa, tattooing in Sri Lanka has been there since that long?
Yeah, but compared to other countries, it goes way back, like way beyond,
Right.
like goes for like 2,500 years or something like that.
What?
So yeah.
Really?
Yes, the oldest one we get is like the Otzi. That's a like natural mummy.
Okay.
It was founded in Austria.
Right.
So actually a person saw this mummy, he thought it's a new body or something. But when the scientists and all that they came, they discovered it's a really old mummy. It's a natural mummy. So in that mummy there were tattoos which are for the spiritual purposes and for the health and all that. So but in Sri Lanka it's not that far, it's really recent. They used to get these sailor jerry tattoos like the sparrows and tigers. It's all sailor stuff. What
Right.
was in Sri Lanka. But right now it's developing, so people are into more into black and gray right now. Earlier it was like Maoris, but many people are like to get Maori tattoos nowadays. They are getting into like black and gray realism a lot.
Okay, could you explain your black and gray realism which you talk about so much?
Yeah, it's like you are using black color, and you are putting the shades of gray color, and you are putting the highlights in white.
Huh,
Yeah.
that seems very new, man. I haven't come across those tattoos.
Yes, I mean it's a new trend for Sri Lanka, but it's like really people are picking up really fast. Not many studios are doing it. As per
Right.
my knowledge, like it's only like 4, 5, 6. Yeah, not.
Including yours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you find it a challenge when it comes to like tattooing on Sri Lankan skin? Because we have,
Yeah.
different kinds of tan.
I know.
And I remember like always forever wanting like a black tattoo or a colored tattoo, but I've always been told, no, just stick
Yes.
to your greens because that's like the color for Asian skin.
Yes, actually, it works like this. It works like a tint. Like when you put a tint on your car, you have to see under it,
Right.
So it's like always when you put black, it comes with that shade. Like let's say you are putting another color like a yellow or something. So it was always works like that. So when you put colors, so you have to be really careful. Basically, for local skins, like for the tropical countries, it's black is good, but anyway, it's gonna look bit greenish. When you are healing the tattoo.
Right.
If you are using a ink probably like a Maori ink or Suluep and stuff like that, it might look black. But still, I haven't seen like a really dark black tattoo for now. But yeah, it's all it's good, but it looking good, when you're having ink on your skin, whether it's dark or fair.
Yeah, but only problem is though, will that color really stay in the long run? Because I've heard situations where black tattoos turn into a different color.
Yes, when you are using a really cheap ink, yeah, that might come across,
right.
And like I've seen people like in Sri Lanka, it's all in the like still in the like like let's say very like starting period of tattooing. So a lot of people are making these machines and doing tattoos. I've heard that a lot.
Whoa, like
Yeah,
custom
like,
making their own machines.
yeah, like in US we call it like the prison gun machine, like
Right. Oh.
like
okay.
they are putting these things like a pen and some motors and all that.
What?
Yeah, but seriously, you have to see there are some of the artists who pick up really nicely. Like people like Scott Campbell. He does amazing tattoo with this prison gun. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's all about the talent. About the art that you're doing. You have to be like really good at art if you're tattooing.
Who would you say are your influences when it comes to like tattoo artists?
When it comes to tattoo artists, I really love the work of Nico Hurtado,
Okay.
amazing color realism portrait artist, and then Steve Butcher, Alex Sarosa, and there are a lot.
Okay, what about ones locally, or have you not found a guru?
I don't know, man. Like, but yeah, in India I find a lot. Like,
Okay.
I really like this work of Mr. Sunny Bhanushali, and there's another artist called Yogesh. Like, they create their own artwork, so I respect that.
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful tattoos.
I can imagine. Sri Lanka, this is part 1. Part 2 happens in a bit.